Hi, I'm Bowling Adder.
And I'm Missy Sandwich.
Welcome to the BS.
The Bowling Adder Show.
Hello.
Okay, it's been another week.
It has.
So, internet stuff has happened.
Yes, but
we
need to have a moment because
Yes.
this is the last BS on the internet
Yeah.
in our current house and setup.
Last
We're
one.
moving next week.
We're moving next week.
So after we're done recording this and then we stream, I think it's going to be time to take everything down. We might
It
do
is.
one more little like emergency session to try and buy us as much time as we can.
Yeah, we want to
get
keep the
new
videos
house.
going while we're gone.
Yeah, for sure. And like right now, like we're pretty good.
Yeah,
but I still want to buy us a little bit more time.
I'm feeling pretty
I don't know
good about it. We should have the videos continuing. They might be a little more spaced out.
Yeah.
Over the next week and a half or so. But they will keep coming. There's not really going to be a dead spot.
Right.
But this is probably the last thing we're going to record with. This is our background. This might be it.
We have to wrap up all of these little things.
Yeah.
I am
And then we got to
really-
get there and set it all back up again.
Because you know what? I think I want to wrap some of this stuff like in newspaper because some of it's really awesome. You
Yeah.
guys have sent us
Oh,
some
sent us so much cool
amazing
stuff.
stuff.
Yeah.
And I want to make sure that it all makes it over in one piece. I might bring some of it in my own car so that it doesn't go in the moving truck. But
Oh,
I don't know.
moving is so stressful.
I'm sad. I'm happy.
Yeah.
But we're ready for more room.
It's a little
and all that
bittersweet,
stuff,
but
so-
excited about what's going to be coming, and we're going to
Totally.
do some more cool stuff for you guys there.
Yes. But this week, there was a whole bunch of stuff on the internet. Some stuff I picked out and didn't tell you about, as usual. And some stuff you know about. We've got
Yes.
some trailers that we want to watch.
Yes.
We've got some things that I want to show you that I thought were funny and weird. So hopefully
Yeah, I know what's coming, but I don't really know what it is.
I know.
So it's a couple things you're like, we're going to watch this, but I haven't seen it yet,
I know,
so.
I'm excited. Okay. Is this straight? You know when you're... Is this weird? Is there supposed to be this little hole here? Look at this. Like, did you ever wear something and you think you're pulling it off and then you you see a picture of yourself or you catch yourself in the mirror and you're like, I didn't pull that off. I think I might be having one of those moments right now.
Uh-oh. Okay, this is a good time for that.
Let me know.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, first thing I want you to see
What the hell?
is this fanny pack that is a
Oh
dad
my
bod
God.
gut. So-
That took me, I did not really,
I
it
know.
took me a bit.
So I saw this shared
Oh,
by
God.
Ethan from H3H3 on
Okay,
Twitter.
okay.
Because he said it reminded him of his fupa. So I was looking at it and look at that.
Really, Jack Daniels.
Would you wear that?
Ah.
Just have to, you know what I think is the weirdest thing about it though? Just like the hidden zipper in the top of it. So it looks like you're reaching into like a sleeve of your gut.
It does.
But you know what I think is really funny about this? Are you all right there? You
Yeah.
all right?
Yeah.
I'll have a drink with
Down
you.
the wrong.
Cheers.
Down the wrong hatch there.
'Cause
Cheers.
what would this be? Vodka, right?
I guess if it had to be something, couldn't possibly be iced tea and water.
Yeah. No, not at all. All right. But what?
This dude's name is Albert Pukies? It's probably Pookies, but nah, it says Pukies.
It's Pukies.
Even if it's Pookies. Albert Pookies?
And he's from London, England. Albert Pukies. I like
London
it.
is my city. What,
Yeah,
England?
it is.
England is my city. I'm
England
sorry.
is my city.
England is my
but
city.
look at the choices down at the bottom. Look at the red one.
Oh my god. It's so you can match you. Oh, the Magnus?
Magnus. The
Oh, the
Derek,
Sherman?
The Allen, the Bobby. Well, maybe these are the actual people whose stomachs these belong to.
Somebody's name was Magnus?
So this is Magnus's stomach.
Yeah.
And this is Derek's stomach, and
Yeah.
this is Alan's stomach.
Yeah.
So maybe it is.
Or somebody's name somebody's name was Wolfgang. They got that stomach
and
from?
And he got a little. He
was
got a little burned.
Little burned, a little
He was
lobster.
out on a sunshine, Wolfgang.
Yeah.
I know. Oh my god.
Well,
Look at all the hair. Oh,
Would I wear it? I don't think so.
No?
I don't think I would wear it. I don't know.
$30. Look at that.
It's funny, but it really looks like
And then not only
it
that.
looks like you're actually like you're going out of your way
Yeah,
to
I
have
was
your
just
stomach
gonna
sticking
say
out. Like
that.
everybody,
It's
look at my
like, yeah,
belly.
look at my belly.
Look at my belly.
I know. That's,
Like you're wearing. It
that's
looks like
the
you're wearing a
reason.
half shirt.
Yeah. I just want to let my belly air out a little.
Yeah.
bit. Sometimes you gotta air out.
Yeah, I don't know. I might wear it if I was going to like a family event,
Yeah.
you know, and
Yeah.
then like because that
That's
would be
pretty good.
kind of funny. But
Is that Louis?
yeah, Louis trying to get in. I'm
Louis.
gonna let him in.
So I was scrolling through Facebook today, and of course, I'm following all kinds of cake feeds and food pages and
Yes.
all kinds of stuff, because that's what I do. And I came across this cake, right?
Okay.
It's called a Raindrop cake.
Okay.
Now, tell me what you think of, what you're thinking of when you're watching
Okay.
this, and your thoughts on it.
Okay.
All right?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Looks like a boob.
Yes, it does.
That's all I could think
It
of.
looks like a breast implant.
It looks like a breast implant.
Or a jellyfish. A jellyfish. Could be a jellyfish or a breast implant. Because breast implants look like jellyfish.
Yeah, but like
Essentially.
look at this thing though.
Okay.
But like, would you eat this? I mean, it's I guess like
See, that's-
Jello, but it's thinner than Jello. Like, look, like why would you do that knowing that it seriously looks like a boob?
I imagine that,
Look at that.
I would get weirded out by the texture.
Yeah. Like I don't know. Looks like a bag.
It doesn't look like a cake.
I know. And then they make another one.
Oh,
Match
wow,
them.
what interesting combination of flavors for this.
Yeah. But I just don't know if I could get over the texture.
Yeah, so it would be a flavor that you would not typically attribute to that texture.
No.
And it would be like a conflict in
No.
your head. I feel like it would be difficult.
I feel like they shouldn't call it cake. I'm gonna be honest.
Really, what do you think I should call it?
Boob.
Boob.
Breast implant.
Boob.
that.
Boob. Not boob cake, just boob. Drop boob.
Look at that.
Matcha rain
though.
drop boob.
But brown sugar syrup. That sounds good.
Yeah, it does.
Whatever that's about. I could go for that.
Yeah, I
and
mean,
then
I'm curious.
soybean flour.
Yeah.
Why are they adding soybean
I am
flour
very
on the top of
curious.
it?
I'm very curious, but not psyched about it.
No, I don't.
I don't know.
Have any of you ever had these? Because actually, I did see these popping up like in New York, of course.
Yeah.
And
it sounds like it sounds a New York thing.
I think like a couple restaurants in Philly, but I know they're like in New York as a thing now.
Okay.
But I was like really kind of curious about it to see what that would taste like. But then like look when the spoon would look.
Yeah, I don't.
It's the Jello.
It looks like Jello.
Right?
Yeah.
But then look with the brown sugar syrup on top, and then the flour. Look how that like it's like wet flour
Yeah.
on the top of
Yeah.
on the top of it. Like why would you do that? Why would you put
I
flour
know.
on top?
This is very non-traditional, so it's at least like American traditional or European. So
Yeah.
it's like
Well,
I just don't have like an empathy for like the way they're doing this. It's all freaking me out.
you know what? I'm wondering if the flour is there just for a different texture. So the whole so you have to work
Yeah,
at it a
I
little bit.
don't know.
Because it can't do really anything
See,
for flavor.
I don't even really like tiramisu that much.
Yeah.
Because it's wet.
Yeah. You don't like
Because of
that
soaked
kind of
ladyfingers.
thing, yeah.
So like that weirds me out. So I don't want to really even
Yeah.
wet or cake.
But you like Jello?
Yeah, but that's not cake.
No. I don't think they should call it cake.
No.
Hashtag cake, hashtag not cake. Put it in the comments. Okay, so this subreddit of the week that I found.
I'm excited about seeing this.
Oh my gosh, animals being derps. I
Yeah.
was on here for a while.
I like how it has an
couple of days
exclamation
ago.
point too. Welcome
Yeah.
to Animals Being
Yay.
Derps.
And anybody who's ever had a pet has had some weird moments with their pet. Like, what are you doing?
Oh, yeah.
Because animals are so derpy, and that's what makes them so much fun. But I
derpy
was, where is he? Is he still in there?
He might be in there somewhere. It's probably in the ceiling.
Oh my god. If he's in the ceiling, so help me. But I didn't look at the top links from all time, so I thought we would take a look at somebody's and see.
Okay,
what they
okay.
are.
All time top
Yes,
links.
all time.
It's a long time ago.
She ate a bumblebee. Oh.
Oh.
Is this gonna be sad?
See, that's like derpy. That's like, I would feel so bad.
Sad.
Aw.
Oh, poor oh my, I would feel so terrible.
Yeah, totally.
I would feel so bad.
Definitely.
Oh my gosh. Window
Okay.
visitor. Oh boy. Oh my gosh. What are you doing? Why did he just freeze there like that? And why is she not dying?
I know. How is
She's probably used to it by
How is she
now.
keeping together right now?
Why is he not fogging up the glass? Is he a ghost? Look at that poppers.
That is funny.
fantastic.
That's funny.
All right, rudely awoken. Oh, look at that tongue. Oh! Oh!
You know what you need for that?
No.
You know what you need for that?
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
The Metal Gear Solid. You've been found. You've been noticed.
Yeah,
now.
exactly. As soon as you said that, I knew what you meant. Look, that's so mean.
And you need the red exclamation point.
That is so mean. Why would you do that? And look, he didn't move.
Scared the crap out of him.
That
He was
was
like,
oh, and then he's gonna be all nice about it, like, oh.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Scratchy, scratchy. Oh,
But it is hilarious. It is hilarious.
This snow, right? What do you think this snows?
Hey.
Oh, oh, what's the dig in theirs?
Hey.
Oh. It's like, what? Oh my gosh.
I
doing
love
that every
the
time you're
dive.
confused.
I love the dive into it.
This looks like a big puppers. Look at that. He thinks it's snow. That's
Yeah,
cute.
he's taking his nose
Look
into
at
it
that
too.
tail. Oh my gosh, I love them. I love them.
Yeah! Woo! Oh my god! Just spinning. How are you not dizzy as hell? I wanted. Hold on. That should have continued for at least 5-10 seconds because I want to see that gorilla stay standing
Like
after that. Yeah.
Just
like,
hold on to the sides of the thing.
Oh god.
Just stay
Stay
there.
there.
You know what though? This is kind of like scary. Look
That's
how
amazing.
powerful it is.
Oh yeah. Gorillas scare the crap
Yeah,
out
they're
of me.
crazy.
I mean, they're
crazy.
really cool, and it's
They're
amazing how
awesome.
intelligent
Oh my
they are.
gosh, yeah,
but if
amazing.
I like found myself
I'd be
face to face
scared.
with one in the wild,
Yeah.
I would.
just as much as like a lion.
Yeah.
Or a tiger or something.
I would be like a
that.
dinosaur, like
Yeah.
a velociraptor or
Yeah.
something like that.
I'd be
I don't care. If I saw that
petrified.
thing in front of me, holy
Oh my
crap,
gosh.
I would be like, oh my
They
god,
are
I could die right now.
strong. Yeah.
Like, and it could be terrible.
Oh.
Like, it could be a really bad way to
yeah,
go.
It could.
Oh.
Oh my god, yeah. Now
Yeah.
you're thinking. I saw Planet of the Apes. Oh boy.
Oh.
Wow.
It's like the gorilla.
That's like the gorilla. Yeah.
Whoa.
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 Oh, you do. Oh. Yeah. Oh, good job.
Oh, he's so excited.
Oh, he is excited.
He's like, this is great. This is great.
Oh my god, he's having the best time.
Oh my god, that is one of the most excited dogs I have ever seen in my entire life. Hey, did you see this? Did you see this?
Wow.
That's great. Okay, guys, well, we also have a new trailer for Marvel's The Punisher.
Yay.
And we have avoided watching it until now.
Yes, that happened real fast,
It
didn't
did,
it?
it
They were
did.
just like, boom, here's the Punisher.
Yeah,
Which
I'm
is
psyched about this.
awesome.
This was one of my favorite things they announced when the second season of Daredevil came out, was that he was going to play the Punisher.
Yeah. And
Like, I'm like
Daredevil is
freaking dude from The Walking Dead? Like, no way. And
Shane!
then, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Shane from The
Oh,
Walking
there he
Dead,
is.
he was going to be the
Hello.
Punisher. I thought that was a perfect, like,
he did-
match. And he did awesome.
and he did
Remember the whole
really
jail
good.
scene in the hallway? That brutal fight in the jail?
Yeah.
Oh, it was so cool.
And then the blood on his shirt was like the skull and everything.
Yeah.
It was really, really cool. If you haven't
Yeah.
seen Daredevil, go see it. We're
Yeah, the
still in the
second
middle
season, yeah.
of the Defenders.
Defenders. We haven't finished
so
Defenders.
we haven't finished it yet, but
Yes.
I'm really, really excited to see this
Yes.
because, oh my gosh, he
Yeah,
did,
I've been
a,
psyched
he did a
about this.
really, really good job.
Yeah, in Daredevil, sure.
All right. Oh.
Oh, wow, they're going to do the origin story thing.
Oh, man. Because he was, like, destroyed.
Oh.
Time now that you're home.
Oh.
No way.
Oh, wow.
Metallica?
Yeah, of course. Wow, that happened.
My pleasure.
Oh, pretty tight.
What do you know about my family?
I don't know anything.
Fair enough. They killed my family to get to me. I was part of a covert CIA operation.
Oh my god.
The man in charge wants me dead. Homeland. The FBI. Everybody's part of this.
You and me, we want the same thing. So work with me.
On one condition. I'm gonna kill them all.
Yeah, I can live with that.
Jeez. Oh.
You're gonna see your family real soon.
Yeah,
We have a date?
that looks
We
awesome.
have a date?
Frank Castlesack, the Punisher. He's dead.
This look like the work of a dead man to you.
What?
Come on!
Oh, that's
Give
so
me the
mean.
tape. Ah!
Wait a minute, wait a
What the
minute.
hell? Oh, they had to have the characters changing and stuff like that.
What is that date? Oh, they're not even
Then
going.
no, it's
You
just keep
bunch of
changing. It just
butts.
kept changing. I want to know when, because that looks awesome.
That looks really
That looks so
good.
good.
That
Oh, I was
looks
so
very
psyched about
good.
that. And let me just say
Yeah.
that they're using One by Metallica as like their music.
Yeah.
Like Metallica has like like to say they jumped the shark is like a vast understatement, but like that is the best album and maybe the best song.
Great. Yeah,
so
that's very
like,
true.
and
That's
I
very
thought it was
true,
really clever when they first started playing it. You just heard like the bass drums, and then they had the machine guns go to the rhythm. I was like, oh, that's freaking cool.
Yeah,
So I don't know.
nice touch.
Aside from the actual content of the trailer,
Right.
You know.
Yeah, that was.
So what did you
good
think of
choice.
that?
Yeah. This is going to be sad, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
We're going to see his family die, which was like his like whole reason for everything, and then because it was heartbreaking in Daredevil.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what it's going to be like when it's completely fleshed out.
Yeah.
But it looks crazy.
Yeah, and I was afraid when we saw that first scene from it. I thought like at the same time I was like, oh wow and oh no, that I thought maybe they were going to spend the entire season doing the origin story, which would have meant they would have really attached us to the characters of his family and then gotten rid of them.
Maybe they
and like
will.
that would have been hard. But the way that kind of looks is it almost suggests to me that like it's going to be
Halfway through
first
they die or something,
or maybe
second.
like first or second episode,
maybe.
and they go all into him just getting revenge.
But we have to
if it was like half and half.
We have to understand his
I actually hope they like it would be heartbreaking.
Yeah.
But I kind of hope they go into that significantly.
Yeah.
You know, like if they did a half and half season, I'd be totally into that.
Right.
Like half the season of just like crafting
Definitely.
a background, but then having his family there the whole time.
Yeah.
And then that happening halfway through the season, so that you really feel like the
like
second
this
half of the
split.
season that you're like want him to do that. You know, you
Yeah.
get really behind him.
Yeah.
Because it sounds like he goes crazy.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, because he has
He
no
goes
reason,
murderous.
He has
Yeah.
no reason to live.
Yeah.
And he doesn't care if he lives or dies. There's a loose cannon. That kind of thing.
But it
you
is
know?
he's one of the
He has
one
no
of the
allies to
characters.
anybody.
For
Yeah.
as many times as they try to like humanize superheroes and give them dark sides that they have to grapple with.
Yeah.
I think mean that he has got to be. I'm definitely not a comic expert, so there's people that would know better
But
than
we
me.
gotta read the lore!
But he has to be one of the like most close to half and half. Like riding the middle between good guy, bad guy.
Yeah.
He's got to be
'cause he has
more
a
like
conscience.
that than most, because he has a conscience. But he's like he's
loved and
killing
lost.
people, straight
Yeah.
up killing people.
Yeah.
But it's like like he's only killing bad people kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah,
But like,
yeah.
man, but it's still gotta be. He's still killing people, dude. So I don't know about this.
Horribly brutal ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds really
It
interesting.
looks
I'm psyched.
good.
I'm psyched.
And I hope, in a way, I hope it does, and in a way, I hope it doesn't, just kind of come out really fast.
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden it's just like boom, there it is.
Yeah, go watch
And then
it.
it's gonna be like, oh no, because like we have to prepare ahead of time for this kind of thing.
Yeah, we do.
So, and I really do want to see this, so I want to make sure we're all caught up on everything.
Yeah.
Sans Iron Fist, because it seems like we didn't miss
Yeah,
too much.
that's the only thing nobody seems to
But-
care that if you miss.
Yeah,
is Iron Fist.
and we asked around.
Yeah,
and
everyone's
you
like,
can
don't bother.
You can skip Iron Fist. That's all right. So yeah, I want to make sure we're really caught up on everything because I have a feeling this one's going to be really, really good.
Yeah. All right. Next thing we're gonna watch is another new trailer for Tomb Raider, which I didn't even know was a thing.
Me neither.
I know they were doing it again.
I know. I had no idea. I don't know how we missed.
So it almost sounds like it's interesting. Before we watch this,
Yes.
I'm wondering if because the first Tomb Raider games, and then there was the first Tomb Raider movies, where Angelina Jolie was clearly fashioned after the character from the first Tomb Raider games. You know,
it's like super angular
and half
like,
shirt
yeah,
and
the half
everything,
shirts,
like you know,
yeah.
a little bit overboard. And then they did the new Tomb Raider games for Xbox One that eventually came out for everything.
So good.
But so good.
Oh my gosh.
So good.
Yeah.
Really, really
and
good
she
games.
dressed like a normal.
They humanized the hell out of her.
Human
You know,
being,
they humanized the hell out of her.
and-
She's basically the female
No.
Nathan Drake now, it seems.
Right,
And she's
absolutely.
awesome, and I love the gameplay. So I'm wondering now if this is just going to then imitate that one.
I
and
hope
be that
so.
character.
I hope so because I loved those games.
Yeah.
Those were great. They love them a good slide down a mountain.
Oh, it's slide down.
Didn't
And
they?
how about
Oh my
the deaths in
gosh.
that game?
Yeah.
They
Oh
were
my god.
So brutal.
Yeah,
I never
they
expected
were.
that. Like,
And they
like
happen over and
impaled
over
and
yeah.
stuff. Like, oh,
Gross.
it's crazy. Yeah.
Gross. Anyway,
Let's
we
go.
digress.
Yes.
Here's the trailer. All right, we're at the beginning. Here we are.
What's your name?
Laura
Surname?
Croft.
Yeah, right away. It reminds me
Game.
of the newer games. Yeah.
Yeah.
Laura, your father's gone. You can pick up
Oh.
where he left off.
Is that
The
McNulty?
Wire?
I
Yeah.
see so
McNulty.
much of him in you. Brilliant.
Hello, Sprout. If you're listening to this, then I must be dead. I found something. A tomb called the Mother of Death.
Rate it.
If Trinity succeeds, our world is in danger. Promise me you will stop them.
I promise.
I think I know where my dad went.
That's right in the middle of the Devil's Sea.
It'll be an adventure.
Death is not an adventure.
Whoa. Oh, joy. What?
You shouldn't have come here. But I'm glad that you did.
For a second, I thought that was
Rick Grimes?
Grimes.
Yeah, me too. That would have been awesome.
Thanks.
What do you know about my father?
Now I see the likeness.
Uh-oh.
The recklessness.
Oh, they gave her the
Once
axe.
and for all, the fate of humanity is now in your hands.
Whoa. Okay, it's gonna be good. I thought that was her.
Where's she from?
Alicia Vikander. Remember she was in Ex Machina?
Oh,
She was the actual thing.
yeah.
And she just won an Oscar.
days. The world has gone bloody mad.
I'll take 2.
Oh boy. Okay.
Wow.
Okay. All right. All right. I'm not sure.
Why?
I don't know. It looks. It's
think it's
screaming
hokey?
cheesy one-liners for the whole freaking time. I hope it's not. I hope it's not.
You're
But it's
right.
looking like they're gonna be like, hey, look, special effects, one-liners, and I'm
So
hoping
it's
it's
like
not.
Indiana Jones, which is fun.
Yeah,
Maybe that's
yeah.
that's what I was getting out of it. I was getting Indiana
Definitely
Jones.
getting Indiana Jones
like,
for sure,
all
which
over
actually
it,
was a
yeah.
little concerning when I started to think about that, because I started to realize that like Nathan Drake, like Uncharted, was always the video game Indiana Jones.
Right.
You know, but it's the same thing.
Totally.
But then you had Uncharted saying they were going to do a movie, and
Right.
you wonder, it's like, we already have a movie Indiana Jones. It's Indiana Jones. Why do we need another Indiana Jones?
Yeah.
But then Tomb Raider happened, which is like the female Indiana Jones,
Mm-hmm.
basically. So now they're doing a movie about that. So a next like Uncharted and Indiana Jones, it's like the same thing with like very small differences.
Right.
So like I'm afraid that it's just gonna be like, because Indiana Jones had one-liners kind of, but like it was like really dry, and
Yeah.
the sense of humor was really good and really interesting.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like typical at all.
No, not at all.
So
yeah.
I'm afraid that this is gonna lend itself more to the typical side.
Now I think you talked
hope
me
it,
out of
I
it.
hope it doesn't. Hope
Yeah?
it doesn't. That's
Really?
that's just my first impression here.
What's it rated? Does it say?
Oh, good question.
That may tell us what we want to know.
Oh,
It doesn't
maybe it's
say
not
yet.
rated yet. Okay.
If it's rated R, then you know that probably
It's
isn't
not
this.
gonna
but
be
it's not
rated
gonna
R.
be rated R.
No,
We're
no.
looking at a PG-13 little business here.
This is gonna be a PG-13er,
But it could be
and
fun.
yeah, it could be fun. I could be wrong about it. I hope I'm wrong about it. Of course, I
Yeah.
want it to be good.
Oh, of course, because
but
games
just
have been amazing.
but
Yeah.
just video games. I mean, movies based on video games
Yeah.
are just not
I know.
good.
You know what? We didn't see the Assassin's Creed movie. Did you guys see
No.
that? How was that? It had Fassbender. I love
It had Fassbender. Yeah,
so
he's
we
great.
When we saw he was in it, we were like, yo.
Like maybe it'll be good,
But we never saw it.
I think I
It was,
remember.
like,
I think I
mixed.
remember hearing that like the action in it, the special effects were like amazing,
Yeah,
really,
yeah.
really good. But that like just the story wasn't developed,
Right.
which is a bummer, because that is the kind of that's lore that like goes deep enough to where if you took your time, you could do a great set of movies based on that kind of stuff, because
Mm-hmm.
the Assassin's Creed games didn't go so hardcore in the narrative. They did, but they didn't present it in a movie-like way.
Right.
They really made it more about the gameplay.
Sure.
So I feel like there's a lot of room for that to be interpreted in a movie form, but it doesn't sound like it did it. It sounded like it was just like a cash in with like cool special effects.
Right.
But I don't know. Actually, if you guys have seen it, let us know in the comments.
don't
I'm
know.
curious what you thought of it.
Yes, please do. So the last thing we want to talk about that is kind of tricky to talk about is that we saw Mother last week.
Yes.
And it's that new movie that's out with Jennifer Lawrence and Javier Bardem.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
We saw it on opening night.
because honestly, we really like Darren Aronofsky.
Yes.
And he did Black Swan and Requiem for a Dream.
yeah.
And if you're not The Fountain, if you're not familiar
Hi.
and you like those like Stanley Kubrick surrealist type movies that more work in metaphors,
Yeah.
then you would really like this.
Very visually, viscerally, like engaging.
really
Yeah.
intense,
Yeah.
really intense. But they're not for everybody, and I completely understand it. But
Yeah.
it's been a week, actually. Yeah, exactly a week. We saw it
Oh
a
wow,
week
it's
ago
only been
tonight.
a week. It felt like.
and it's seared into my brain.
Yeah.
I don't think I want to see it again. I might, but I
I
might not
think
want to
I-
watch the whole thing.
I think I'm going to want to see it again. This happened to me watching Requiem for a Dream when I saw that. Requiem for a Dream destroyed me first
Yeah.
time I saw it. I was a freaking wreck. That
Yeah.
that was really hard to watch for me.
It was.
And I thought I'd never want to see it again.
Right.
And then after a few days, I became fascinated with the fact that it made me feel like that.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
And I wanted to watch it again, and I did. And I watched it like a few more times.
Did you really?
I ended up watching it more and more times, and I've seen it a bunch of times now. I loved it. One of my favorite movies.
Yeah, it's good.
This had made me feel a similar way, where we saw it in the theater, didn't know what to expect. We didn't know anything about it. We hadn't heard reviews, hadn't heard comments about it, hadn't heard any details whatsoever. It was opening night.
We
went in
based on the
completely
director.
blind. Yes.
We went Darren Aronofsky. Let's
and
go.
like the cast,
Yeah.
it's like, well, how can that be bad?
Yeah.
So we went and watched it, and man, it just took me completely off guard.
Yeah.
It freaked me out.
Well,
and it's one of those movies. I just want to say this real quick. It was one of those movies where, just like Requiem for a Dream, where it like destroyed me, and I thought like I don't think I ever want to see it again. And now, a week after, I'm suddenly like, now I'm really interested in what it did. Now I think I want to see it again. Not in the theater though.
Yeah,
not in the theater.
Because it really did make me super uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Really, probably the most uncomfortable I've ever been seeing a movie ever. But let me give you a quick synopsis without giving anything away.
We're not going to really spoil anything.
Because it's very easy to get spoilers in this movie.
Let's give you the setting.
Yes, we'll just give you the setting. Okay, so Javier Bardem and Jennifer Lawrence are a married couple, and he is a poet with writer's block. And they're living out in this house in the middle of nowhere so that he can become inspired and get his creative juices flowing, and he just is having trouble, and she is his very lovely and supportive wife. And they start getting visitors to the house, and it takes a series of turns that's really, it's even making me uncomfortable to talk about.
Yeah,
But
it's going through it back again.
It's clearly like in 3 acts.
Yeah.
And the first act is very much about like what I just told you in the writer's block and everything. And then it takes this turn to these visitors, and then it takes another turn to something else completely different. And I never in a million years thought it would go in that direction.
I never thought it would go that direction, and I never thought it would make me feel the way it made me feel.
Yeah.
Like the thing
It's
about it is just like the
fascinating. Yeah.
visceral effect of it, especially being in the theater, was crazy. And I can imagine how it's being classified as a horror movie.
Right.
And it is not your traditional horror movie.
No.
It was, to me, horrifying in a completely different way than I
Yeah.
had ever felt from a movie. It
Right.
sounds like I'm exaggerating, and I'm not, guys.
No,
like
yeah,
I
that's
came out of
true.
the theater like no movie has ever made me feel like that before.
Right. And especially like if you're susceptible to like emotional horror.
Yeah.
Like panicky type situations.
Yeah.
Really emotional type situations. It's that kind of headspace. Not like a guy with a chainsaw is gonna come and chop off your arm or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? It's like a headspace horror.
Yeah.
But
It wasn't
said,
like scared you're gonna die thing.
Right.
It wasn't
exactly,
like that. no.
Exactly. But I could see, I have it up on Rotten Tomatoes right behind me.
Yeah.
And I see that the reviews are really mixed. And right now
Yeah.
it's fresh here, but 67%. But because it's really not for everybody. And that being said, we were in the theater watching it in front of a group of people who were laughing at it.
Yeah.
Because it was clear. I don't want to sound, I hope it doesn't come across like elitist or anything, but they weren't like with what it was trying to say. They were taking it very much face value, and they were starting to talk and starting to say, this is stupid. And I was like, oh my gosh, just leave. They kind of killed it for me a little bit. But it's not for everybody. Like, you really can't take it at face value, because if you do, it might be borderline ridiculous. If you take it just watching it straight.
A lot of crazy things happen.
Yeah, like you have to really think about what everything means, because it is very, very metaphorical. But if it takes a lot of thinking, and we were debating
We've been talking about it for days.
all week. We had like different theories as we got confirmed what it's actually about.
Yeah.
But we were on
Overall. There's still holes in it though that were like, what was that though?
It could be interpreted 3 or 4 different ways. We've been thinking about it for a week. I would say go see it if those types of movies are up your alley.
Yeah.
But if you think that it's going to be like a regular horror movie,
it's
you
not.
know, it's really not.
No.
It's one of those like sit with
definitely
you
not for everybody.
months type movies.
It's definitely not for everybody, but it was clearly for me. I feel like.
Oh gosh,
it was
yeah.
like it was right along the kind of thing I like. But man, it just freaked me out in the weirdest way.
Yeah.
And the things I still remember when I think about it. I think the number one word I thought was that I never felt so invaded.
Yes.
Invaded.
Yes.
It's so hard for me to explain what that means, and if you've seen the movie, maybe you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But man, and it was loud.
I was just
That's when
gonna
you
say
see it in
that.
the theater.
The sound.
See it in the theater.
Yeah, because the sound in it it gets very, very loud.
Oh, God,
And
yeah.
what you're seeing, it all feels like you're being invaded.
Yes.
It really, really does.
Oh,
it
it was-
elicits such
thinking about it now,
strong
man,
response.
it still bothers
I know.
me a little
And,
bit.
Like I had a dream about it. I had a couple dreams about it.
Yeah.
Like it was really crazy. But I think like history will be kind to this
I
movie.
feel like because it's a kind of a Kubricky thing. Not all his stuff did very well.
Right.
In the theater.
Eyes Wide Shut was a little weird.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
some people really like Eyes Wide Shut. I
Yeah.
thought it was I was like half there.
That was the
half
one I
not
wasn't
there.
as into.
Yeah.
Myself.
But like if I thought it was really, really good. I thought it was really brilliant. I think that the sound was amazing.
Yeah.
I think everything. The end got a little like there were a couple moments in the end, as these movies do, where you're kind of like,
Yeah.
you know, and you go like, okay, you know,
And
or like
maybe-
we kind
yeah.
of looked at each other.
But
like,
it was
all
it was
right,
very Aronofsky though.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
Like that
Yeah.
kind of thing. Like in every one of his movies, there's something like that that happens at some point. You're like,
Did he do Mulholland Drive?
Did he?
Because hold on, Mulholland Drive. Because if he did, that was one of those
No,
movies.
it's David Lynch.
David Lynch. Oh, same thing.
Yeah, actually, that's a
But-
pretty good comparison.
Yeah.
He's
but-
kind of like Kubrick Lynch.
yeah,
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for like
But he's
specifically
really got a
Mulholland Drive, I
style.
found like really weird. So that's something in my head that kind of went like off the deep end into like really. But I haven't seen it in a very long time. I could think it's brilliant now. But long story
Yeah.
short, if that kind of movie is your thing, absolutely go see it. You'll think it's beautiful and wonderful. If
I am
not,
bummed though. I am
don't.
bummed that it's apparently bombing in the theaters.
well, that's because it is out.
Yeah,
And
it's like a
is
scary
killing
movie, and it's just
everything.
everyone wants to go
It's
see. Am I going to see Mother or
destroying
It? You're going to see It,
Of course.
and you should see It.
Yeah.
But I really think you should see Mother too.
Right.
But it's a shame because it had very low expectations, and it
Right.
didn't even come very close to those. You know, it's a
I know.
bummer.
Maybe it'll be a slow burner. Maybe come awards time, it'll get some recognition. I really think it should get some recognition because it was both Jennifer Lawrence and Javier Bardem did amazing.
Yeah.
So did really everybody in it.
Yeah, it was cast
Like, really, really
fantastically.
good.
It was really great cast, and everybody killed
but
it. I thought.
I know we're gushing and
Yeah.
everything like that, but if that kind of movie is your thing, go see it. And if you do go see it and you don't like it, just leave. Please don't make
Yeah, don't
comments.
say something in
Don't
the
talk
theater.
all loud in the theater.
You know,
and
it's
say how
funny you
think
mentioned
it's
that.
dumb.
It's funny you mentioned that, and it's funny you mentioned Eyes Wide Shut.
Okay.
Because that was a movie that I went to when I was younger, and I saw it in the theater, and I was just like,
You wanna
by the
see
time I was like, people were leaving, and I was kind of like, I'm gonna stick it out. The end's gonna be crazy. It's gonna
Yeah.
justify this whole thing.
Right.
And then the ending happened. I was just like,
Yeah.
and I remember leaving like, I didn't think that was very good. I didn't
you
really
didn't
like it that much, but I didn't
cackle
say
through the
something in
whole
the middle
thing.
of the movie.
Yeah, I know.
It's
know.
terrible.
I know.
Pet peeve.
I know. Big pet peeve. And don't take out your phone.
Yeah.
For God's sake,
This is-
the phone.
We're totally
Oh
tumbling
my
off the
God.
cliff now.
I know. Oh, so old. I'm just saying.
All right, guys, that was the BS on the internet this week.
Yes, and that being said, also, we are not going to be doing one next week.
No, because we were going to be moving.
So we're going to be moving, yes. So we'll pick up the following week.
Yep.
But we'll certainly be keeping our eyes on the internet to see what happens over the next 2 weeks. Maybe we'll just have to have a super long one when we get back.
All right, guys, well, if you like this video, please support us on Patreon. Click like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, bye.
Bye.
The Curse.